Hello everyone, welcome to Short Party, the show with me, Whatta, where I'm going to go over this season of anime in short form. I'm going to be doing this because I've had some discussions recently about how I chart anime. And just to explain what I mean by that, by charting, I'm trying to describe the act of going over the chart. So we see here we have the fall 2019 anime season, and we're going to go through all of the anime on this chart for what's coming out. And we can see that the information we're given is basically a loose genre, a title, the studio working on it. We see some airing dates, a source. So this is source from a music. This is source from a manga. This is an original anime, so it's something entirely new. And we get a picture, and then we have available some PV links, some mail links, some Twitter links, and so forth. And we can try to figure out if we're going to want to watch this anime or not. So the reason I'm doing this is because I previously did a Short Party episode together with Bailey, where we basically I had already charted, and we had me explain my charting and him reacting to it, and we did it more for comedy. But for this season, I wanted to go into it more in depth and try to narrate my actual first reactions to this season, because I have not charted the season almost at all so far. I actually only know one show for sure that is coming out that I'm gonna watch, and that's the third season of Chihayafuru, which is one of my favorite anime, which I knew was coming out now. And of course, the shows that I'm already watching from summer that are gonna be spilling over, I have also already had a commitment to watching, of course. But otherwise, I'm going into the season pretty blind. So running through this, I'm going to basically give you my first reactions to the season, a sort of form of explanation or just me talking over my decisions, and we're going to mark everything as either we're definitely going to watch it, we're probably going to try it and see if we're going to watch it, or we're going to skip it entirely. And those are different options here. Of course, completed we can't mark yet. So without further ado, we're probably going to get started. So we're going to look here for the first show. We have Actors Song Connected by Studio Drive. So what we can do is we can check what they made before. So they have made Vlad Love, and otherwise they're an entirely new studio. So we have no real credits there. It's based off of a music project. So that's always a slippery slope for me when it's based off of music, because a lot of time there's not a narrative to build on, and they sort of try to just hodgepodge together whatever they can do with this loose song in order to make a story. There are cases where it's gone well, but in general, I count this as a negative. We have this art here, which I can see if I can get large size. I cannot get it larger sized. Not like that, at least. I'm hesitant towards this art. We can see initially that a lot of the characters, they're really annoyingly drawn. I think that they have far too much separation from each other in a way that just isn't interesting or new in any way. We see all of these like different hair colors, but the actual hairstyles are all quite similar. You just have these thick hairlines, and you have this guy who has the prototypical double side hair with a ponytail blonde guy look, which we've seen a million times. We have the white-haired phased out kid. There's just a lot of tropes going on here that I'm not that fond of, and the school uniform looks god awful. What is that undercut? Jesus Christ. So we have a very much what I would call a light novel feeling here. I'm gonna see if my scrolling can actually work. I'm bad at scrolling apparently. It feels very light novel-y. It feels really bad. We have a synopsis here which talk about the 7th 10 school district circle within a tall wall, restricted entry, so it's a gated community school. The academy is fully autonomous by the government, but strive for independence. Okay. The school allows students to engage in club activities, of course. The school show, ranked according to overall accumulated points gathered from. So there's a lot of stuff like that. The members in the clubs work hard. So yeah, so for me, this looks like a bunch of nothing. Like, I'm very much not interested in this. I'm gonna mark this as skip right now. There's nothing that really pulls me to this. There's nothing interesting about it. So then we have a comedy about Africa no Salaryman. So the Salaryman of Africa. Instantly, I'm engaged by the fact that this looks like it's just A bunch of African animals hanging out in an office building. The comedy follows Lion, a Tucker, and Listen as they live in lives of office workers in the capitalist society in Japan, while also dealing with their unique situations as animals living beyond the savannah and the food chain. Now, I have a weakness for this kind of comedy. I was a huge fan of the show about workplace. There was a cat and another cat trying out a bunch of jobs. It was really fun. Oni-chan something. We're gonna check out the PV for this because oh god, what is this? I need to know what this is. This looks fun. I'm enjoying this. That's actually really pretty. I really like this. The animation of this. Okay, we're continuing with a bit of Lion King feeling here. That is a beautiful waterfall. This is not the art style that we're gonna get once the actual show starts. I am very aware of that. That lion looks very man-like. Here we have the art style. Yeah, this actually looks really fun. I have a weakness for this like paper cutout animation style. With minimal animation, but a lot of... Oh, he's CG, isn't he? This actually looks really funny. There's some great voice acting in here. What is this art? See, this is... So, what this is that this is not a mainstream anime. This is not something you watch and go like, oh, this will be the new best things. But this looks like something very unique and creative and different. And that goes a long way in getting me to watch it. So I'm gonna give this an episode. We're gonna figure out, I'm definitely gonna try this out. This looks really fun. It's based on a digital manga, so that follows the trend of being different and unique, right? Because digital manga has a lot of young people. It's a lot of out there concept over in that world. We have Ahiro no Sora by Diomedia. Diomedia is the trash studio. They make a bunch of trash, but they have made some things that I like. So if we look at the Diomedia library here, we have Domestic Kanjo, which I did drop actually. So we just fixed that real quickly. I ended up dropping that show. You can see that I dropped these two as well. This was really bad. I'm very bad at keeping my my live chart up to date with what I dropped and what I haven't dropped after actually already done my charting. Mayoiga was a show I kind of enjoyed. Hana-kun I finished, but it is one of the worst anime I've ever seen. It's really bad. But as you can see, there's just a whole bunch of hot garbage in here. Chiyo-chan is based on a fantastic manga. The adaptation was kind of subpar. Girlish Number was actually an excellent show. This is one of the originals. It's really, really good. And that's pretty much their studio. They made Girlish Number and then a bunch of trash. Domestic Kanji wasn't that bad, but it also wasn't that good. Aho Girl was awful. These are two of the worst anime I've ever tried to watch. It's just really, really trash. So then we're gonna see if they have a pull this time, because I actually end up trying out a lot of their shows and I always come away disappointed. He's short, weak, and has just transferred to new school. Well, sounds like an anime character, right? So it's a basketball show. Let's just see what the animation is like. This is gonna live or die by the production quality here. Let's watch PV2. Let's watch some animation. So we have this guy. Oh, that's a person. This doesn't actually look that bad. I mean, I like sports anime. I'm a big Haikyuu fan. I really didn't like Kuroko no Basket, so I've been hoping there's a new basketball one I can enjoy. This guy is the criminal-looking dude, the delinquent. We have a Goda-looking dude. A lot of basketball. I actually really like a lot of the character designs. They have a lot of personality in them. Quality doesn't look too bad. I don't like her voice. So there's their managers probably. That movement was terrible. Okay, let's see some actual basketball playing. Freeze frame, CGI, freeze frame, not basketball. Oh, that looked good. Oh, we have freeze frames. Oh, some extra animation. CGI hands. Okay, I'll give this an episode. I'll definitely try it out. I don't have high hopes. I'm probably going to end up dropping this later on. But if I saw enough things that I like, especially character designs, that I can give it a shot. It might just be one of those that you might be better off just watching the manga. But I don't hate it. Diomedia, however, is a big, scary mark on this. But I thought the animation was actually... Okay, the animation was pretty trash. But there was a lot of good design work and art style in it. So, Aikatsu on Parade. This is an original anime by BN Pictures, who I don't know what they've done before. I think these are one of those light Majo Shoujo people. No, they make Gintama. Okay, they're the studio that make Gintama. That is... I mean, Gintama is absolutely amazing. But... yeah, then they made a lot of Magical Girl stuff. A lot of Magical Girl stuff. Yeah, so basically, this is a studio that does Magical Girl stuff and does long-running things. Now, this is just not my genre. So as you can see, there's just a lot of things here that I've skipped out on. Aikatsu Stars. Oh, this is also a sequel. So I'm definitely not watching this. Yeah. Ani ni tsukeru kusuri wa nai. I'm definitely watching this. This is a show that is from China. The problem is that I have not yet finished season 2, because season 1 and 2 are shows that I've got into after that they aired. So it's a short form show, so it's only 12 episodes long. Yeah, no, 3-minute episodes actually. They're really short, but they're really good. It's a really funny little comedy. I like the first season a lot. I have not yet finished the second season because it wasn't being translated as soon as other shows were being translated, because it's Chinese and not Japanese. But it is very good, and I'll definitely try it. I probably won't watch it seasonally with the rest of these week to week, but I will for sure end up watching it later on. Assassin's Pride by EMT Squared. This is a studio that has done Renabokun, which was... I dropped it. They apparently worked on Kumamiko, but that was not their show. That was Cinema Citrus show. It was also very bad, even though I finished it. We have some more bad anime here. We have Urahara, which was... I'll say this about Urahara. It was a visual masterpiece that had a shit story. And that's all I say about Urahara. But show-wise, it was definitely good. And then a bunch of things that I don't really care for. Ooh. So... Assassin's Pride will fall a lot on if I believe in this concept. So it's a light novel adaptation. I think that EMT2 is a studio to be trusted with visuals for the most part. So let's try out some of these PVs and see if there's anything interesting in here that pops at me. So we see a bunch of weird stuff. Let me see some characters moving. That's pretty cute. Definitely a recognizable art style. Does not look at all like Urahara. Looks more like... Well, it looks like a light novel adaptation for sure, which it is. It's a light novel adaptation. Not the most confidence-inspiring thing. I hear Angel a lot, so we have some Christianity themes here. That's always hit and miss. On the surface, not that into this. Oh, we have some flashing lights. Oh, we're all full light novel now. Oh boy. Light novel town Ohaiyo. That was a good face. Ah! We have color-coded magic. So it's basically like... It's like an ass war type combat system, it looks like. Which is a very harsh negative statement if you know anything about ass war. Oh, she's light. I don't like... Oh, I don't like a lot about this. But it doesn't look total trash. I mean, it's not like I look at it and I go like, wow, this will suck. But it is one of those shows where, for the most part, I feel like I can skip this one. And if I hear things that about it being good, then I might just come back to it. But on the surface, not so much. So this is an instant drop. Just look at the pictures. Just gone, bye. Based on a game. It looks like some weak Kanko thing. Not into it. Then we have Babylon, based on a novel. So that's interesting. It's always a bit different. And we have Revel Root. I don't recall ever seeing this before. They worked on Alternative. They didn't make Alternative. And then this is their first new show. So they support Alternative, which was a production IG show, which was also not that popular. A lot of people, including myself, who, I mean, Fooly Cooly is my favorite show of all time, not too into the reboots, Alternative and the other one. I definitely think Alternative was the better of the two, though. But Babylon, we have a public prosecutor, so it's a law thing. As a case of legal criminal research, started a drug company, university, da 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 da. Archaeologists kept it, written with the letter F-A. So there's a bunch of mystery stuff. Realize there's a hidden plot that's connected with the huge election as well. So it's a political mystery thriller kind of thing. Let's check out some PV for this. I actually don't watch this many PVs. I end up dropping a lot of things way faster than now, but there's just been a lot of things that felt worth checking out. I'm gonna try this one because this looks ugly. That was terrible. We have very serious voice acting here. Clearly trying to sell this as not just an anime. I'm seeing a bunch of hints that this is a mystery. I'm getting some Subete ni F Ganaru, whatever that show was called, vibes here. It's funny because it also has an F, which was the big letter in that show, which is probably why it's popping up in my head. Both of them feels very similar. I'm getting some yeah, this is very tryhard. It doesn't look that bad. Getting some Ajin vibes actually, because of how they use CG. Feels a bit Polygon Pictures. And the settings are kind of similar. We have some angry screaming. Babylon's a very tryhard title as well. We have PV2. Is there anything different here? Skip for a bit. Past the initial stuff. Very CG cars. Oh, I'm getting some vibes to that show with the anime, the alien cube. That they have to like do diplomacy with aliens. The CGI show. Feels a little bit like that. But it's clearly not aliens. It's more just political corruption mystery, which you know is quite common. I like the idea of it being a law guy though. I can scream Phoenix right. There's just a lot of CG in this production, a lot of it, and a lot of it doesn't look that great. But a lot of it also doesn't look that terrible. I'm not put off by it, and because it's something different and unique, again, that is the easiest way to sell me on something. So I'm going to give that thing an episode, and if it's shit, it's shit. We have Bananya coming back, so that's obviously going to be watched. I just hope that Ansign is subbing it again with their, let's just call it cultured subtitles. We have to watch Bananya. If you don't know what Bananya is, that's on you. Beastars, we have... This is a manga where I read the first 2 volumes of. It's a absolutely terrific manga so far. It's beautiful. It's so well written. The themes and just the way that they layer what's actually happening with the characters on top of the themes in a way that synergizes really, really well. And the way they can use the animals that are clear, like all the characters are clearly animals, right? And they use it to tell this very distinct story. It's clearly like you can draw parallels to something like Zootopia, but this is a much more serious, intense way of telling that kind of story. There's a lot of theater in this because it is about a theater club, and they use very theatrical ways of presenting scenes or just telling the story by having this very clear, like, oh, it's the princess and the hero and so forth. But then it's also this drawn back, this laid back school story. It's an excellent manga from the first 2 volumes alone. I know, however, that it's being adapted by Orange, which is a CGI exclusive anime company corporation. So we're going to see it be entirely CGI, and we're going to, and Orange previously did Hoseki no Kuni, which is the one about the Jewel characters who are on an island fighting angels that come every now and then and shoot arrows at them, which was beautiful. It was easily the most high level visually stunning CGI production of anime so far. So I'm putting a lot of hope in Orange in making Beastars good as well, because once again they have a very visually poignant manga to work with. Hoseki no Kuni was famous for its beautiful manga artwork, and they, in the adaptation, of course, didn't represent that artwork as it is in the manga, but instead made an equally beautiful, very different anime adaptation with their Hoseki no Kuni anime, it being entirely CGI. So I'm very excited to see where this goes. I've already seen PV1 and 2, so I'm going to check out PV3 this time and see where it goes. But suffice to say, I'm going to watch this. So we have this kid running off. See, the frame rate here is pretty low, and I really think that this stuff is so low. Like, the rendering of these shares is really ugly. The way that they texturized it. So I'm not impressed by that. Compared to Hoseki no Kuni, it's not even comparable. It's much worse. This is pretty, I like this. The character is beautiful. I love how it's drawn in CG. I think it's easier to make these CG models. Well, first of all, Orange is very talented at doing it. But also when you have the gems, who are very strangely put together. And then now you have the animals. So it's easier to do animals in CG than it is to do anime characters, you know? This is very beautiful. I love the texture on this wall. It's great. She's cute. Here, again, look at the wall texture. You put some real drawing into it despite it being CG. This wall here looks great too. He looks great, I love him. As a tiger, I like him. I got him in manga. I just want to draw attention to some of the backgrounds here. Pausing. So even here, you can see this is super simple background, right? But it's so easy to make this much uglier. But look how they have put in the time to individually shade each of these panels so that like they don't just have the same pattern of lightness and darkness. Now that is some detail coming out. Like that is the kind of thing that I'm really enjoying. It's just weak that those first shares look really bad. Look at this. This was beautiful. I love this stain here. I love that they put in this kind of detail to really make the world feel more alive. Here you can see this beautifully put together, like it's exactly like in the manga, I'm pretty sure, but these rocks that are not uniform, and the wear and tear here on the wall looks really good. The lighting here is beautiful. Orange really putting it together again. Characters look great. I love the way his tail looks. It's a little bit like, you can tell in the tail that the hairs were a little bit weirdly outlined, but otherwise I really like it. So this is clearly fantastic, and it's definitely going to be one of the animes to watch this season. To the point where I had to watch it. I just have to finish it no matter what. It's super good. I hated the first season of Bokutachi wa Benkyo. Oh yeah, this is Boku no Hero. I'm gonna keep watching it. I've been watching it before. But Bokutachi wa Benkyo to Deki Deki Nai, I hated the first season of this. I dropped it very quick. And not gonna watch more of it. Here's the Shihaya Furu season 3. If you have not yet watched Shihaya Furu, you should watch it. I'll just show you the PV to show you what it's about. It's fantastic. So it's apparently only on Twitter, but I'm not gonna do that because then you can't see the top. But it's about this sport where you pull away cards from the other person when you hear poems. It's about reaction speed and stuff. And it's very Japanese. It's very, very Japanese. You have to go to something like sumo wrestling to get more Japanese than this sport. And even then, I think this sport takes it. But it's a shoujo, so girls-focused sports anime, and it's fantastic. I love it a lot. Very, very good. This is the third season, of course, so go watch the first and second season. They are excellent. We have some more long title stuff. So we have Chojin Kokosei Tachi wa Isekai demo Yoju de Ikinuku yo desu. That's too long to pronounce without screwing it up. 7 superhuman high schoolers, light novel, world-class geniuses. Oh, it's already dropped. Yeah, that's trash. So as you can see, I'm dropping this to understand the project here. So project number 9, I know them by heart. They're a trash company. They've never made anything good. And then I see fantasy. I see light novel. I see this lame artwork that looks super light novel and super tropey. and you see these world-class geniuses in various fields ranging from government to economics and beyond. It's so wish fulfillment trash. There's clearly not a story here. It's just going to be a bunch of seemingly just really vague, kind of surface level cool action things happening, or like smart things happening, and they're not even going to be that smart because light novels, so whoever wrote this doesn't actually have any intelligence. Sorry. Light novels are a medium that's easy to bully. But there are good light novels. I'm sorry. They're really smart light novels written really smart people. Not so much in the modern day. Studio Dean, the most flip-floppy studio of all time. They will make the biggest trash, and a lot of it, but every now and then, like in 2016, they'll just pump out great shows. I don't know what happened with Studio Dean in 2016, but they were the studio of the year. For those of you who don't know, they put out Konosuba Season 1, Rakugo Season 1, then they put out Super Lovers, which was bad, but it's also just one bad show in a year of great shows. And then they put out Tonkatsu DJ in the same season. And then at the start of 2017, right at the start of it, they put out Konosuba 2 and Rakugo 2. And having this combination of 2 seasons of Konosuba, 2 seasons of Rakugo, and Tonkatsu DJ in there in the mix. Best studio of that whole segment of time, so winter to winter. Excellent anime. But then they made a whole bunch of garbage other than that, of course. So what is this? This is Chubyo Gekihatsu Boy. Comedy music school based on a novel. The story centers around dude, a high school girl who just transferred schools. At a new school, she has a fateful hand of a boy suffering from chunibyo. Oh, it's a chunibyo show. So chunibyo, people who think that they're like, oh, I'm Fire Master Boy, and then they're just actually not. Popularized, of course, by the very successful anime Chunibyo da Gakoi Demo. I don't remember the full title. Chunibyo, it's just called. There is Noda, who dreams of becoming a hero. The tragically handsome otaku Takeshima, who only likes 2D girls. So this is an otaku show. It's a very self-aware, let's make fun of anime nerds kind of show. So this basically lives or dies on is it funny, does it have good characters, and does it look good. So those are the aspects we're going to look at. We're going to look at this. Instantly don't like the music. I do like this face. There's some good designs in here. This could be fun. Don't like the music. Music is garbage. Yeah. This could be worth giving an episode. So I think that the novel looks really gaudy on the art side, but I like his character design. I kind of like her eye patch thing she's got going on. It's the little things that help them stand out, you know. I think this could be fun. Yeah, it's supposed to be kind of... Let's give it an episode. If it's funny, if there are jokes to hit, then share. Otherwise, no. Diamond Ace, this is from summer season. This is from last season. I'm already watching it. I've been watching it for ages. I'm also already caught up on the manga, so the anime is way behind the manga. But I just love Diamond Ace. It's a great show. Dr. Stone, also Leftover. It's continuing. You can see here it says Leftover if it's continuing. Then we have Egg Car. What is this? Oh, boy. I mean, I'm not going to watch this, but I appreciate that this exists. So we have Fire Force still going on. It's a leftover from last season. We have Fairygon second season. I hated the first season. It's very, very bad. Fate Grand Order, Zetai Maju Sensen Babylonia. So we have a second show relating to Babylon. It's by Cloverworks, which, for those of you who don't know, it's A1 Pictures subsidiary, I guess you'd call it. It's like another studio that's owned by the same company as A1 Pictures, and they split off from A1 Pictures. They did Promised Neverland, they did. Which is, you know, a good show. The thing about A1 Pictures is that they make the worst shows, they make some good shows, they never make the best shows. But you can't just write it off because they're making it. Because a lot of times they make trash, but a lot of times they don't. This, however, I just look at this picture. I hate everything I'm seeing right now. There's terrible faces. They just look really, really bland. There's so much clutter. It's based on a game. This is already convoluted. I'm just gonna say no. And it's Fate as well, which is just, I'm not a big fan of Fate. Go Adam. Tesca Productions and someone else? I can't see who it is. It's like ... so someone else is making it as well, but I can't tell who. I wonder what this is. It's a short. It's an Astro Boy short. I'll watch that. Sure, if it sucks, I'll drop it. So I guess I'll do this. But sure, why not watch some Astro Boy if they're making some. Studio Mappa! Studio Mappa is a show that is a studio that I bully a lot because they're bad. They're also making Grand Blue Fantasy the animation season 2, which I'm not gonna watch because it's first of all season 2. I didn't watch season 1. Grand Blue Fantasy is a gacha game, which is terrible. It's Mappa, which I think already is a terrible studio. I go seek out other places to rant about Mappa. I'm not gonna do my Mappa rant right now. A lot of people love Mappa. If you don't know what Mappa have made, they made a lot of good shows. They made Summoner Saga, which is excellent. They made Dororo, which was good. I like Sankey no Terror, but I like Punchline. It's one of my favorite shows. They made Uranize. There's a lot of good shows here. But Sakamichi no Pon, one of the greatest anime of all time. It's like a 9 or an 8, but like it's really good. Okay, Bahamut is really good. Like there's so much good stuff here. But the curse of Mappa is that everything they touch gets major flaws and screw ups in the way it's put together. So for example, you have something like Sankey no Terror, which is beautiful, excellently directed, so cool to watch, and then the plot goes to shit halfway through it, or even before, honestly. You have Uranize, which is a very popular, it has a lot of beautiful things in it, but then they stretched the production so thin, they literally couldn't finish it in time for airing. So in between the Blu-ray and the airtime, there was just so much delay that things looked very, very different. And a lot of things had to be fixed in, like way after it already had aired, because they just weren't done on time. You have something like Shingeki no Bahamut, which is some of the best first 4 episodes ever put together, and then the rest of it is kind of mediocre trash. Inuyashiki, which is one of the biggest train wrecks of all time, because it was so cool. It's based on such an interesting manga. The art style and the adaptation was really, really fun. And then the ending is shit and unfinished and bad. And the last episode is them adapting an entire 3rd book when they put 2 books in the first 10 episodes. So it's so rushed and nothing makes sense, and it's garbage. Summoner Saga was really good though. I love this show. It has some bad CG, but it also has some good CG. I love Summoner Saga. Excellent anime. That's how much you get of the Mappa rant right now. But there's more to rant about Mappa. I have a great hatred for the studio because they take really good ideas and really promising things, and then they bash their head into it and they break it. This looks absolutely strange. What? Hatage Kemonomichi. It's a dude with animals. No, they're like people. This is a cat girl and then a bunch of... What is this? Professional wrestler animal lover Shibata Genso is suddenly summoned to another world. Is it an isekai? Greeted by a princess, she requests to get rid of the evil beast roaming the world. Outraged that he was asked to kill monsters, Gensuguruma suplexes the princess. Unable back to get to Earth, he decides to live a peaceful life and manage a monster pet shop. I'll give this a try. This is the kind of thing that will only happen in anime. I gotta see some PVs for this. What is happening here? Why are they in live action? What is going on? Is there actual animation in here? No, there's not. Is there something here? I want to see him suplex the princess. So there's a furry girl. Suplex the princess for me. There we go. Oh, they didn't show the crash. Well, yeah, it looks terrible, but I have to see this myself. High School Girl Season 2. The first season was absolutely excellent. I love this show. It's a CGI show, but it shows a very heartfelt and pretty engaging love story, or love triangle story. It also shows some really cool retro fighting games in a very realistic setting and talks about the culture around retro fighting games in a very cool way. High School Girl is excellent. Agiaido, a light novel. That's a knock against the right way. Oh, we're going to see here. When she woke up, she was in a parallel world. Oh boy, isekai. Let's go. An avid book-running college student, Motosu Rano. So it's a college student. That's interesting. Dying after an accident. Da, 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 da. Isekai from death. She was reborn as mine, the daughter of a poor soldier. Da, 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 da. So it's this fantasy. It's a slice of life though, so that's always interesting. Holy hell. Oh, IGI is the studio. Right, this is the title. This always happens when they have these really long titles that become super, super small. Because then this just looks bigger, and so I end up reading that instead. IGI, what did they make? Oh, they made Izata. Right. That was a show that happened for sure. Izata didn't look that bad. Oh, they made Umaso. That is a movie, and that is an excellent movie, however. So let's see some PVs for this. Let's look at what it's like visually. PV, promotional video, in case you're a noob and you need that information. Books. I kind of like the character designs. This doesn't look that bad. Hey, Seki. The mom is cool. I like her hair. Is this just the lolly show this season? This looks like it's the lolly show this season, but this time the lolly show is I'm a college student in a fantasy world and I like books and I'm a lolly. You know what? I watch anime together with a guy called Herpes. He'll maybe eat this up, so I'll leave it like this in case he wants to watch it. I wouldn't have anything against skipping on this, honestly. This lolly though is a really, really cute design. I really like it. Hoshiai no Sora. That's a cool looking art style. I like it. 8-bit. They are visually great. And it's an original. So that is very promising. Original anime, on average, is way better than non-original anime. Seamless a story revolving around coming of age, boys, junior high school, tennis. It's a tennis show. You know what? I don't need to see anymore. It's listed as a drama. It's sports. It has this art style. 8-bit are pretty good. I'll watch this. That looks great. I don't even need the PV. Hokago Saikoro Club. Story about girls playing board games after school. I gotta say, so far, a lot of this season has been surprisingly watchable. This is looking like a strong season. However, I often say that and end up hating everything in it. So there have been seasons I thought were very strong that turned out absolute garbage. Hello, summer 2016. So girls playing board games after school. So it's board game show. This could be fun. Lead-in aren't that bad. We have this dude in the background who looks based. He's in a lot of anime. It's not like literally a lot, but like this trope is in a lot of anime. I think he's pretty cool. They tried a German board game. So it's just going to be like one of those hobby shows where you have girls doing a hobby. Let's see what the show is actually like. Is it trash? If it's trash, maybe I don't need to watch it. That looks bad. On a heartbeat. Don't think I need this. A lot of this looks really basic. That's annoying voice acting too. No, I don't need this. I do not need this in my life. Like these like hobby club shows, I can watch them if I'm in like a really weak season. I kind of like want more anime to watch. This season looking pretty stacked. I don't need it in my life. We have another original now by Production IG. So already we have one of the strongest studios in the industry. We have comedy, mystery, with something about Sherlock Holmes being involved here. Original. There's just a lot of strong things here. So already I can say I'm definitely going to just try. I'm probably just going to watch it straight up. Let's check out some PV though to see what we are actually dealing with. This is clearly a relevant show. Oh wait, this is the show that was supposed to air in spring. Oh yeah, I've already shorted this. I think this was supposed to air in spring but got delayed. The art style is actually pretty trite, I have to say. Doesn't look that good. Is that Trump? Is that Trump? I like the costume design a lot. Oh, thank you very much. Demonetized. Not that I monetized to begin with, but whatever. Music is good. This looks interesting. We have some Rakugo, I think. So it's very much rooted in like traditional Japanese society mixed with some crime and some modern stuff. This looks fun. Yeah, very much gonna watch that. I'm excited. This is not a real show, so I'm not gonna watch that. We have Kandagawa Jet Girls. So this is going to be one of those girls do thing. And here it is, jet ski. And I'm not interested, and it looks like trash. I'm not gonna watch it. We have Anima and Company. It's another original. Oh boy, Anima and Company is the studio, because once again I've fallen for the trap of the tiny name. Oh boy, I'm not even going to try to read that. Set in different Tokyo in a different world than ours. The story follows Tokunana, a unit of assembled misfits. So it's a bit of a psychopathy kind of thing. Oh boy, committing against 9 organization commits crimes. What does this look like? Anime and Co. are not a studio I recognize. I'm just gonna go to the PV. Art style doesn't look too bad. Skip forward a bit. Oh, this reminds me of something. Oh, the way they did shading is very reminiscent of a different show. I can't quite put my fingers on it. Good color contrast here. I like the shading they've done here with these lines. There's some rock music. Doesn't look too bad. Could still be very bad. God, where do I recognize this shading from? I can't pull it out of my head, but I've seen it before. It's this very thick black shading in the faces. Why does she get a... Everyone has these thick shading things in their face. Like, look at all of this. And then she's just flat. Flat face lolly. That looks pretty good. I do like the shading. It does look very good. Yeah, this is worth trying out. This is cool. It definitely has that feeling of I might still very much drop this. Like, she looks terrible. He looks pretty terrible. This guy looks cool. I like this guy. But like, this one is one of those like 50-50 shows. It might be cool. It might be absolute garbage. But I have to try it. This looks cool enough to try. So I'll try an episode of that. I might just like, this is one of those shows where it's like either I'll love it or I'll literally drop it in 5 minutes. Kono Odo Tomare. This is an Odo show based on a manga about playing the Odo, which is this instrument. First season was meh. Second season will not be watched. Didn't watch the first season. I dropped it, but it was meh. So we have trash right here. See this line of trash? Yeah. Trash. We're not gonna watch this. Thank you, White Fox. It's light novel too. Don't even need to try it. Mashita Yuruma-kun. BM Pictures. So the same people we saw up there with all those Magic Girl shows and Gintama. It's another show that looks out of my genre, so to say. But I'm just gonna quickly scroll over the PV, see if there's anything. That's a short PV. I think it's just trailer, English subtitles. Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun. Okay. I like his art style here. This is cool. So this actually doesn't look that bad. Oh, this is cool. I like it when they put in a bit more. Oh, he's a baby outfit on. I like it when they put in more of this cartoony art style. A bit outside there. What is going on, by the way? That was cute. I like that. So we have Edge, and we have Stupid, and we have Old. From some Suspicion. Oh, these guys look great. Hey, I like this. I really like the art style. I really appreciate how different it is. So we're going to give this a try. We have more Nanatsu no Taisai. I'm not interested. As a long-running show. No Guns Life by Madhouse. Oh boy, this looks cool. Again, different art style. Ex-soldier Ino Junji has one question: who turned him into a cyborg and erased his memories? Sure. Let's look at it. PV2. Is that a gun head? Was that dude's head a gun? So we have Evil Corporation. That dude's head is a gun. I like this very 2004-ish CG there. Of course, higher quality, but like that was the feeling I was getting. Beautiful world. What is this? No guns life. I'm already watching this, but this is definitely going to be seen. This looks fun. His head is a gun. That's all I needed. I just need... Black Lagoon is... Ooh, there's some credits right there. What is this? I need him to shoot. I need you to shoot. Mr. Gunman, give me a dream where you shoot. Why do cyborgs smoke? Shoot your gun. Wait, that's his hand, not his face. Shoot the head. Hard boil the gun, smoke, drift muscle, talks gun. What? Oh, I'm into this. This is interesting. It looks very, very cool. And stupid. But hey, I'm okay with stupid as long as it's cool. Already hate this. What is this? You like will confess to you. Besides, what if there's not just one girl, cool high school student that loves the whole school and your relationship for sure? This is terrible. Connect is bad. By Pet. By Geno. Oh, Geno. Geno, for those of you who don't know, is Manglobe Reborn. So Manglobe was a studio that did Samurai Champloo. They did... what was the show about Brazil called again? Hachin to Mikochi. And then they did Ergo Proxy. And those were like their 3 big original shows. And then at the end of their life, they also put together the adaptation of Kaminami, or The World God Only Knows, which was really good. And then they put out Samurai Flamenco, which was their 4th big original show. And I mean, Samurai Flamenco is a wild ride. If you've not seen it, oh boy, it's worth to watch just for experiencing that show. It's absolutely insane. We have them then making Gangsta, which was their last show. It was bad, and they actually ended up going bankrupt around the time the Gangsta was put out. And so the studio died in the middle of making a movie, and they were now reborn as Geno when they got like their shit together. So they put out this show called Kokoku back in winter, so 2 seasons ago. And Kokoku was mediocre and but it wasn't bad. And I'd say that they did what they could with the resources, so to say. And then it had a killer OP. Like, one of the best OPs this year still. And it came out in winter. So, very much a highlight, the OP for Kokoku. So let's check out Pet. I can already see the art style is very similar to Kokoku. I guess there's a teaser. We have... Fish? Let's skip a bit. I need to just gain skip powers. We just do character designs. Okay. We have nothing. This is basically what we have. I mean, I'll watch it. I'm interested in the Geno storyline. That's mostly why I'll give it a try. But again, I'm a sucker for mystery shows. I like Seinen. The people in the world get inside might have control of memories. Probably this looks interesting enough. There's some supernatural stuff in there, just like it says here. Assassinate. This looks fun. I'll watch this. I like the psychological stuff they've going on there. Phantasy Star Online 2, website Oracle. No, thank you. I mean, Gonzo is cool, but I'm not into Phantasy Star Online. I'm sorry. Psycho Pass Free. One of the best anime of all time. Psycho Pass 2 is shit. Of course, the second season was bad. The movie was good. Not great, but good. And the first season is one of the best things ever made. What I've heard is that the people who made... Because, of course, there was an entirely different set of people made season 2 from season 1. And then the people from season 1 came back and made a movie. And it was good. It suffered from some movie original characters that were quite trite. But then we got back now and we've Psycho Pass 3. And it is supposedly... What I've heard is that it's supposedly written by Gen Urobuchi, I'm just going to confirm that real fast. That Urobuchi is actually back on writing this thing. I can't see it. Staff and cast, let's see here. Who is working on this? I can't read this. This is not in English. I hope, is there like an English button? I don't see where there could be an English button here. So, I don't see anything there. Let's try their Mao real quick. See if the Urobuchi can be seen here. We have Shiotani Nyao Yoshi's directing it. He did... yeah, this is the director of the first season. I definitely recall. Yeah, this is the season 1 director. He of course worked a bit. He's listed as season 2 director as well. He wasn't really. I can confirm that. But he is the original guy coming back. I hope he's actually going to for real work on this as much as he worked on the first one. We don't have writers listed yet, so we don't know if Urobuchi's back, but I hope he is. He was back for the movie. Radiant. I didn't watch the first season of this. Rifle is beautiful. So here we have the NRA sponsored anime of the season. My friend Herpes will definitely want to watch this. But here's why I'm excited. It's the return of 3Hertz. Now, 3Hertz is one of the most exciting studios that are up and coming. They're a new studio. They put out... Solar Method was their first show. Wasn't that good. Dimension W was the second show. Wasn't that good. But then they put out Flip Flappers, Princess Principal, and Sword Online Alternative Gun Gale Online. And all 3 of these shows, I mean, of course, this suffers from being an SAO spinoff, but it's good. It's not bad. It's pretty good. And Princess Principal is absolutely fantastic, and Flip Flappers is amazing. So what just stands out about the studio is their visual prowess. They make beautiful animation that really flows really well. So I'm excited for this PV to see what they... There is no PV, so we're going in blind. But I am very excited for this. 3Hertz coming back, making a rifle show. That is what they apparently choose to do. So excited for 3Hertz return. I hope they make something good. I mean, they did Gun Gale Online, right? So I bet they just love guns. That's where they're ending up now. We have a production IG show. We are in China, and it's about cooking food. So it's a historical cooking show in China. Let's check it out. What could be here? There's no video for this. So we don't actually know. So since it doesn't look bad, there's IG, there's some cool themes. I kind of like the picture here. I'll just consider this. This seems interesting. We now go further to another cooking show. We have Shokugeki no Soma, which is something I'm not watching. I tried the first season. I got a bit into it, like 10 episodes, and then dropped it. Sort of outlived its stay for me. This instantly looks pretty bad. I really don't like the art style here. They're way too tall. Like, what's going on? It's super glossy. MSC, as far as I know, have made absolutely nothing. They've made absolutely nothing. We have narcotics control. Let's check out PV. Just to be safe that it's actually bad. Yeah, nothing impressive here. Oh god, yeah. No. I saw some cuts of animation that are really bad. Yeah. No, if it's good, I'll hear about it and I'll get back to it. But I am going to go out on a limb and say this is bad. Star Tango Precure. I don't watch Precure. One day I will go watch all the good Precure. Until then, I will just skip out on it. More SAO. I don't need it in my life. It's SAO. What can I say? If you like it, it's like season 4. Go watch it. I'm not one of you. Tenka Yakken. This is a lead-in films thing. So what I'm already noticing, I'm just scanning the rest. We don't have a Doga Kobo show this season. So that is very interesting. No Doga Kobo for this season. Doga Kobo being one of the studios that is the most consistently high quality when it comes to cute girls anime. But Tenka Yakken, I say this because this kind of looked to me initially like a bit Doga Kobo, but it's lead-in. There's nothing to go by. It's a short though, so I can give it a try. It won't cost me more than 5 minutes. Let's try that. We have something that reminds me of Aoni right away. The anime of Aoni. It's another short. which is cool. It's by Gainax Kyoto, so it's an original. Yeah, I'll give that a try. Whoops, what happened? There we go. Val X Love. Now I have a friend called Val, so this is kind of funny for me. Hoots Entertainment, the studio that gave you Quasar, Seiken no Quasar, the show about getting strength through breast milk. Great meme. And then they gave you Mysterious Girlfriend X, very edgy. This show does a lot of lewd things. They're very into the fan service, as you can see. But they also recently put out. I don't actually see it here, but they definitely worked on. What was that show called about the guys fighting? Drifters, right? Drifters. They definitely worked on Drifters. I am very sure. I just don't know where it is. But Drifters was cool and bad and cool. It's like 2 parts cool, 1 part bad. But this doesn't look that hype. It looks like they're back to their fan servicey ways. I'll see if I can spot anything real quick. Yeah, this looks like Lolly Romance Simulator. Not into it. If it's good, I'll find out. I don't need this in my life. More Zoids. No, thank you. Let's go here now. Project number 9 is back. They're pretty bad. Light novel. Don't hate the art style though. There's some unique takes on this. I like the contrast to the background. A long ass title. She turns 10 years old, is hit with a horrible headache, and memories of previous life, da 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 da. So it's like a weird take on how to isekai someone, but it's still definitely an isekai. Let's see what it's like. We have cute girls doing cute things in a fantasy world, it seems like. So she's like isekai through memory loss removal. There's magic. I'll be honest, this is pretty. But oh god, mascot characters. It also looks like there's absolutely nothing of substance in here. If this is funny, it could be worth watching. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's not worth watching. But you know, that's just me. And this is not real anime, so I'm not gonna watch that. And that is me having charted this season. Now before we leave, we're just gonna quickly scroll over the OVAs. I don't usually mark this out quite as much. Free episode spin-off Hello World with feature. This is pretty cool. I just marked that to keep that in mind. With KyoAni, May You Recover in Peace, putting out an OVA for kids. Will be included in Blu-ray disc animation offering to those who pre-order tickets for upcoming We're Here Now first year fan events. So it's something they're putting out instead of along with tickets. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. I might try it out. We have Bean Bandit, which basically why I'm here is that sometimes you can find the Netflix shows here that are just directly released on Netflix, because then they're counted as ONAs and not as seasonal anime. Don't need that. Frag Time, what? BD DVD release, no thank you. What is Frag Time? It's a theater in 63 days. I don't need that. It's gonna, because this is on BD, I can't watch it anyway. It's not gonna show up in my feeds. Golden Kamuy OVA, don't need that. Anything special here? Not so far. All original story penned by one. What? It's a Mob Psycho thing. I'll definitely check that out. Mob Psycho OVA is hype. I love that show. We have One Punch Man specials. I mean, maybe I'll get to watching them. I don't think I will. I didn't even like the specials for the first season. And the second season was worse than the first season. So I don't know if I'm going to watch the specials. But it might be worth just marking out. Is this a full show? I don't need this. Strike the Blood Free. No. Solamente looks weird. Nah, it's not real anime. Maybe some tennis stuff coming extra. Accelerator OVA. Wait, what? bundle with limited edition, the manga's 8th compiled book volume. I mean, this manga has been out for a while, but this looks like it's like a short OVA to come with the manga. If I can find this anime, I'll definitely check it out because I've been meaning to read this manga for a while. It's a very popular manga. Violet Evergarden OVA. I wasn't that into Violet Evergarden. Oh wait, no, it's a movie? Yeah, it's a movie. Oh, it's a compilation movie, isn't it? Yeah. It's basically the show put together anew as a movie. Probably like the first half of the show or something as a movie. Yuri thing, I don't need that. And this, which I don't need. Cool, and that should be everything. Thank you for watching Shark Party. It's been less of a party this time because, I mean, I'm just doing it myself and trying to be a bit more informative and just talk through my whole thought process about the choices I make. But in summation, I'd say that this looks like a decently strong season. I might end up watching, if my average is like 10 anime a season, I might end up watching 15 to 20 this season. It's looking like, at least if you count the leftovers from last season. But it all depends on how well they hold up in those first couple of episodes. So I'll probably put out a part 2 to this when I know for sure what I actually ended up watching, and I'll run through kind of in retrospect then what made me and my friend Herpes drop some things or maybe pick up some things that I marked as dropped here. But this is what my process looks like when I go over the chart. So thank you for watching and have a good season. Bye.